The thoughts, views, and opinions are that of my own. I'm not a salesman. I cannot be bought. This is all entertainment. Let's go.
The cipher. It's the new cipher.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
For those who are joining us, thank you for supporting the content. For those who are new, appreciate you being here. Hit the subscribe button. If you're watching and you notice that you can't comment, it's because you're not subscribed to my content. That way you can't participate in all the funny stuff in the chat. So moderators, if you in here, y'all know how I get down. Police the chat in case anybody who's not familiar with how I run my house. You give them a warning. They act up, get them up out of here. Cool. I'm cool with that. And if they really tripping, just ban them. I can care less. Y'all know I don't be caring about this internet stuff like that. So that's what it is. So today is number 64 of the Cypher, number 64 of the Cypher, 64 lives. Today's topic is going to be the top 15 woody fragrances I've been wearing for autumn. Now, so some of y'all notice I ain't really been on live like that because, well, my daughter's playing volleyball playoffs. Oh, I got to get this is the lotion I tell y'all to get when y'all want y'all skin hydrated. Besides drinking actual water, which is good for your skin, it's about having the right unscented moisturized lotion. So I'm not sponsored by them. I should be because I live by that lotion. You know what I mean? Gives you a nice look without being oily. So I like that. It seals everything up. Anyway, I've been busy. My daughter's playing volleyball, so I've been daddy rules over the internet. I don't be on the internet like that. So it is what it is, man. I stop in the internet. I say what I got to say online. I leave and go touch grass and be in the real world around real people doing real things. So I don't know. The internet ain't that serious to me. But with that being said, I don't know. Let me pour me a drink. Today's drink of choice tonight is going to be Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch, 100 proof. So I'm gonna go ahead and sip on that tonight along with my water. Sip on that tonight. Nice heavy pour. And we're gonna get to it, man. We're gonna get to it. Hopefully y'all doing well. We have 57 people in here. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. It helps the channel grow. It supports the content. I appreciate y'all hitting the like button. I don't know if daylight savings got people messed up. This kind of short for me, 57 for a live, but it is what it is. It might pick up, if people alerts come on. I don't know if people in the bed. Peace, everybody. Peace. Appreciate it. So again, we're gonna talk about it. Again, 64 lives of the Cypher, and we're gonna talk about my top 15 woody fragrances that I've been wearing for autumn. Like I've been wearing, I told y'all about good transitional fragrances. I find that going into summer, right before winter, where sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold, I like a good woody fragrance. All these are going to be masculine fragrances. None of that unisex nonsense. I mean, again, a woman can wear what she want to wear. For the guys who like smelling like cookies and cakes, nothing wrong with that. I got some of that fire gourmand stuff like that. But sometimes I just want to smell like a man. Or traditional man. Ain't nothing wrong with smelling like vanilla or anything else, but sometimes I just want to smell like a man. I want to wear something woody. I want to wear something masculine. And I also want to wear something that's crowd pleasing that people tend to enjoy. Some of these fragrances get more compliments than others. Some I receive no compliments on, but we'll go into the ones like that. I'll break down each fragrance. But before I do that, let's go ahead and get some. I'm gonna knock out some honorable mentions, right? We're gonna go ahead and get these honorable mentions out the way real quick. Some of these might be we'll talk about them. And I'm gonna do a real quick on honorable mention. I'm gonna get straight to the 15, right? So my first honorable mention is a woody fragrance. You have a little bit of patchouli, some cedarwood, some cypress, some citruses. You got some black pepper. You got some, I believe, bitter orange in this. This is just a solid, affordable fragrance. I know a lot of times people watch my content and they always be like, well, bro, like everybody don't got $1,000 to purchase on the fragrance. Well, one, I'm not telling you to buy $1,000 fragrance. I only talk about things that I own. So I paid for it. If you choose to get a sample or to buy it, cool. If you don't, cool. I don't get paid from these companies either way. So if you buy it, great. If you don't, you don't. But anywho, this is from the House of Banana Republic. You can probably, in any of these that I found, I'll put in the link in the YouTube shopping cart. So, check them out. And this is from Banana Republic, and this is Cypress Cedar. Cypress Cedar. Again, this is one when you just want to spray, or you want to get that kind of like citrus, woody, cedar wood, a little patchouli. You want something masculine, peppery, just easy to wear to me. Some vetiver. You go with Cypress Cedar. Green, woody, citrus, masculine, peppery. You can't go wrong with this DNA. Of course, this DNA is similar to other fragrances I'm going to discuss on this list, so I ain't going to go too much into it, but it's just simple to wear. You can get it for like under $50, somewhere around the $39, sometimes $25. If you go to the Banana Republic outlet, you can find this for the cheap. Now, longevity on this, longevity ain't gonna last long. This is one of them kind of fragrances you wear when, you got 4 hours to spare. You know what I'm saying? You go somewhere, you're gonna be there for about 4 or 5 hours. You put something like this on. Maybe something like this might stay in your gym bag. If you want something fresh and woody, you can wear it to the gym. This can stay in your gym bag, or if you're the type to go work out before you go to work and you want something that you want to put on right after you take a shower at the gym, if that's what you do, you throw this in your gym bag, you put this on, you go to work. You're going to be inoffensive, masculine. You ain't going to smell like cupcakes, cookie. You're going to smell like a man. And that's Cypress Cedar from Banana Republic. Moving on. All right, the next one, I believe this is discontinued. This is one that if you're lucky, you might find it at Marshall's. If you're lucky, you'll find it at Marshall's. This was a good one because I found this at Marshall's back in 2017, 18. I was going in there to get some underwear, some socks or something like that. I like to go there and get some masculine soaps, stuff like that. That's why I go to Marshall's. Every now and then you might find a steal. But I remember when this company was going out of business, The Art of Shaving, and this is Vetiver Citron. So again, you get something bergamot. This is extremely bright vetiver, where yes, it can go into other vetiver fragrances, but what I get here is lemon. I believe lemon's in here, maybe a little bit of grapefruit in here. I think pink pepper might be in here. You get some vetiver, cedarwood, I believe a little bit of patchouli in here. It might be a hint of incense that goes in this fragrance, but this was just easy to wear. Again, I think I got this for like $25 at Marshall's. It's like one of those things, if you see it, I think it's a no-brainer to me because it was a solid fragrance before they went out of business. I believe they went out of business. These fragrances were going for like $120, give or take. Then they started popping up in Marshall's maybe around like 2018, 19 maybe. And you was able to get them for like $25, $27, $30. I wouldn't pay an arm and leg for it, but this is just one of those. I'm letting y'all know if you see it at Marshall's, you can grab it. This is one that stayed in my gym bag like for a long time. This is like a gym bag kind of fragrance. You be like, oh man, I forgot to put something on. You want to wear something. It's citrus, it's woody, it's masculine, it's not too overbearing, it's fresh. This is one to check out. Again, affordable. I don't have a lot of affordable fragrances. I tend not to wear a lot of those. I'm being honest. I'm not going to be the guy who has a Bugatti and try to convince you I drive a Toyota Camry. I'm just going to be honest with you. But as you can see, the dents don't lie. I wear it. So that's Vetiver Citron from The Art of Shaving. Solid. It's not going to be overly impressive. But again, this is one where when you start talking about vetiver, there's some vetivers, and you will see on this list, I prefer in the autumn. I just prefer them in the autumn. Those are going to be your dry, where the woods are a little bit more dominant than the citrus. So peppers, dry. Then you have vetivers that I like to wear in the spring. They're going to be a little bit more grassy, fresh, maybe a hint of florals. I kind of go into those vetivers. This is one I personally prefer to work in spring, but because of the freshness and the duality of woods and fresh, this is signature scent worthy. Again, ain't gonna last all day. maybe about 4 or 5 hours, 4.5, give or take. But you're not paying an arm and a leg for it. That's Vetiver Citron from the Art of Shaving. Moving on. And that's my last honorable mention. So let's go ahead and just start at let's just go ahead and get to it. We're gonna do 15. Let's start at 15. I rank these. I rank these. These is kind of what I've been wearing this year. So I ranked them. I'm not saying that the last one is the worst or the fifth one is horrible or better than the first. It's just kind of what I've been enjoying this year. That's going to change from year to year. So starting in at number 15 is going to be a dual kit. It's a dual kit because in the event that you might be in Marshalls or TJ Maxx, you might actually find these on sale. You can sometimes find these in the dual set on sale. It's not going to blow you away, but I enjoy wearing these, and the dents don't lie. So I'm going to do a two-part on this. Both are from the house of Joe Malone. That's English Oak and Red Currant. English Oak and Red Currant. Again, dents don't lie. Dents don't lie. And then the next is English Oak and Hazelnut. English Oak and Hazelnut. Now, let's explain the two. Let's go with the first one. When you talk about English Oak and Red Currant, so what you get here is you get something that's very, I would say, think woods and rose. Like, it's very rosy. I think rose might be in here. So you get this tart kind of fresh rose. It's a little soapy, but not crazy. Woods is fresh, woody, floral. So if you want to, you can almost say this is rose and oak, but the nuances that you get between this peppery spice of the Red Currant with the rose, and I believe the way it smells like it's more rose centifolia than Bulgarian rose that goes a little bit more raspberry. It sounds like it's more of a citrus rose. It just works. Now, some people would say this leans a little bit more feminine, but I'm telling you, it's something about rose and the duality between rose and woods when it comes to women smelling it on your skin, depending on how you're dressed, right? A lot of things is presentation. Presentation matters with everything that you do. You know, it matters. Presentation is your first impression. How you look, how you smell, how you talk. Your shoes, they're going to look at your shoes, work their way up, your smile. Like, all of this matters when it comes to compliments. What I found is if I dress this up more casual, polo, button up, stuff like that, I'm somewhere in the daytime, I'm out and about, I tend to get compliments on this. If I'm just in some t-shirts, some sweatpants, some tennis shoes, I don't really get compliments on it as much. So presentation matters. That's why I say, depending on where you're going, how you're wearing it matters when it comes to compliments. Anyway, that's English Oak and Red Currant. That's the first part of 15. The second part is English Oak and Hazelnut. This is fairly simple. I feel like I get something like a musk, a very creamy, like dry, I don't want to say smoky. It's just a dry woodiness with a little bit of clean musk in here, slightly creamy. This is just woody, nice masculine woody. On a scale of 1 to 10, both of these are about a 6.5, 7. It's not going to blow you away. These aren't must have. This is something I picked up at Marshall. It was like they both came in a set for like $40, and it's good. Now, the problem with Joe Malone is they have longevity issues, Joe Malone. So this is like a 4-hour fragrance, or you're going to be spraying like 15 plus sprays when you put it on. So kind of figure out what you're going to do if you decide to get this. But this is one, if you see it on sale, you see it for a good price, give it a sniff. It's nothing I'm going to write home to mama. But clearly, this is a list on what I've been wearing, and I've been wearing it. And that's from the house of Joe Malone. That's English Oak and Red Currant and English Oak and Hazelnut. Moving on. Let me see what I got here. I'm gonna do this next. Coming up next, I don't need to spend all day on this. This is a classic fragrance. To me, this is, when you mature a little bit, in the fragrance space, or you mature in liking different notes or really getting in the woods, your vetivers, your cedars, I think it's just a must-have fragrance to have in your collection, to me. And this is from the house of Hermes, and this is Terre de Hermes EDT. I ain't gonna say I didn't care. I didn't see the need for me ever to buy the extreme or the parfum or the vetiver. This was just works for me. You got orange, you got bitter orange, regular orange, cedarwood, vetiver, I think patchouli in here, black pepper. It's just a traditionally very good masculine fragrance. I think you dressed it casually, you might not get the right compliments. And it depends on what kind of environment you're in, what kind of women you attract, what kind of spaces you be in. All matters. You know, if you're around a whole bunch of 20-year-olds at the club, this isn't a club fragrance. You at happy hour coming from work, maybe you in a suit, maybe you somewhere casual, or maybe it's autumn time, you got your turtleneck on, you got your brunch boots on, you know what I mean? You kind of little turtleneck, you know, maybe a little chain, you doing something a little scully, then it works. So kind of match what you're doing, where you're going when it comes to fragrances. I'm gonna continuously repeat that when it comes to compliments, because compliments is something that y'all desire in the fragrance space. It matters. It moves the needles, or needle singular. But yeah, classic fragrance. It's one I just think a person should have in their collection. There's a few fragrances I think you should have, like Bleu de Chanel, I think is one that should be in a collection. This is another one. And that's from the house of Hermes. That's Terre de Hermes EDT. Moving on. Let me see what I got here. Okay. Coming up here is a fragrance house that a lot of people revere. Very good fragrance house. Now, this particular fragrance has been compared to other fragrances in this list. I don't see the comparison because this fragrance does its own thing. It's very camperous, herbaceous, kind of. So you get your cedar woods, you get your vetivers, you got your patchouli in here, but you got some incense, you got a little bit of galbanum or galbanum, you get a little bit of angelica, so it's green, camperous, kind of herbaceous feel to it. And that's from the house of Frederic Malle, and that's French Lover. French Lover. Now, French Lover is a fragrance that, like, this is a confident fragrance. This kind of fragrance like you wear around the boys. I'm not wearing this when I see compliments, but let's say you're somebody like my guy, Darian the Bowtie fragrance guy, right? You suited and booted, that's where the compliment is going to roll in with this. Well, I ain't going to say roll in. That's where you're more than likely to get a compliment in this. I just think people are a little bit more receptive when you're in a suit or when you're casually dressed than if you're in a hoodie and jeans. It matters. And I'm going to keep repeating it. Presentation matters. But French Lover is a good fragrance. It's not one that I get a lot of compliments on. If I want to go somewhere and I desire to have compliments, this isn't one I reach for. This is just kind of like BDE for me. This is big dick energy for me. When I just want to wear something because I just want to wear it and I like it, I don't care if I get a compliment or not. When I walk into a space, I know I smell like a man. When it's no mistaking, I smell like a man. Sometimes I just want to smell like that. I don't care about your compliments. I don't care about your admiration. I know I don't stink. I might not be the most, like a Dio Sauvage walks in, somebody gonna be like, oh my God, that smells good. It's not one of those, it's just kind of one of those BDE. You walk into a room, you know who you are, you confident, and it works. And sometimes that confidence is another way of presentation. That's Frederic Malle. It's woody, herbaceous, a little bit, slightly green, with some incense. I believe that the incense in here is adding the freshness. That's where it's coming from. I believe frankincense might be in here. If it's not listed, I believe I get a lot of frankincense, and I believe that's where the freshness coming from. It's kind of lemony, almost like Ethiopian incense, airy, lemony, and that's Frederic Malle from House Frederic Malle. That's French Lover at number 14. Or no, I'm sorry, 15, 14 at number 13. French Lover. Moving on. All right, next fragrance up. We're talking woody fragrances. I kind of wanted to hit all aspects of the fragrances when I was just wearing this stuff based on what the weather was doing in the Washington, D.C. area. For those who don't know, I'm out of Prince George's County, born and raised. I'm not from the DMV. I'm from PG. but a lot of people don't know what PG is. So DMV, more people are more recognizable. It's on the outskirts of DC. Anywho, the weather's kind of up and down. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's warm. I want to tap into my tobaccos, right? But I wasn't ready for like my heavy vanilla smoky tobaccos. I wasn't ready to, I wanted something a little bit fresh, but not too fresh. It was kind of cool on some days, but I wore this a couple times. This is from a fragrance house. I believe I was one of the first ones, if not the first one, to really talk about this collection of tobacco fragrances. I spoke about it in the live because I got this when it first came out. I had an early bottle before. I think I had this a little bit before Max Aroma threw a connect. So I just know a lot of people weren't viewing it because they didn't have their hands on it. And this is from Algabra, and this was Peruvian tobacco. So what you get here is incense. Incense is what makes this fresh to me. I get a fresh tobacco, but it's just, it's very, the way it wears on my skin, yeah, the incense just, it's tobacco incense. I think a little bit of patchouli, maybe some musk. I believe there's some florals in here, maybe some jasmine. It's just, to me, this is just a beautiful woody fragrance. It's not too smoky like Cuban tobacco or some of my other tobaccos like Tabaccolor from Dior. I kind of reach for those a little bit more in the winter time. This is one that has a sense of freshness to it. To me, out of all the tobaccos in the house, Peruvian tobacco is one of my favorites because of the duality that I can wear it more. In the dead heat of summer, I can wear this. I can wear this by the sea. It's almost ozonic, the way the incense, the woods, it's just, it, to me, it comes off very ozonic. So let's say like you going on vacation in the Caribbean and you be like, well, I want to have me, me a Cuban cigar. I want to be by the salt water. I want to wear tobacco. What should I wear? This is one that I can easily wear and I wouldn't feel like I was too smoky or doing too much. And that's in the summertime in the Caribbean. So I love this. This is one of my favorites because it's more versatile. It's not my most versatile tobacco fragrance, but it's versatile when I just want to smell like a nice stick. And that's from Algabra, and that's Peruvian tobacco. Somebody read what number we're on. Whatever, 15, 14, 13, and number 12. Somebody just put the number up there. Where am I at? 14, yeah, I'll go here next. So coming in at number 11, I believe we're at number 11. Coming in at number 11, this is a fragrance that I enjoy a lot. What makes this fragrance really, really good to me is ginger. I think in the autumn time, ginger or really, really dominant dose of ginger just kind of, it works. It just works for me on my skin. This isn't one that's going to garner head-turning compliments, but I have had people tell me I smell good. I think sometimes when you just walk out the house and you just be like, bro, I smell like a man. And now that I'm looking at this list, it is one fragrance I wish I should have put on this list, but it's too late. So I'm going to go with, well, it's one I wish I would have wore more of. I might talk about that at the end. But this is one that just, I can't explain it, but it works for me. Compliments are kind of hit and a miss, but I have received compliments on it. And it's from the house of Bvlgari, and this is Empero from Bvlgari. So from the Legimi line. So what you get here is sandalwood. You get a candied ginger. So a lot of times in a lot of fragrances, like you start thinking about Bvlgari Tiger, you get this fresh ginger. This is more of a warm ginger. If anybody has ever been like to the grocery store where they have like the peanuts and the apricots, the dried ginger that you can eat, I call that candied ginger. It smells like that. Like you could almost taste it when you smell it. That's the kind of ginger in here. So you get almost this fresh ginger, but you get this warm ginger, this candied ginger on top of some sandalwood. I get this ambery base, and I get like this mandarin orange with this. Now, I know on Fragrantica in the past, I haven't looked, people have because the perfumer is Jacques Cavalier, I believe, is the perfumer on this. So the same one who do the Louis Vuitton fragrances. I've heard people try to compare this to like L'Immensité and stuff. They see Ginger, they see the perfumer, just like with Quentin Biche. Anything Quentin Biche do, they say it smells like Ganymede. This smells like nothing in the Louis Vuitton line. It smells like nothing from it. It has its own smell. The ginger hits different. A lot of people don't talk about this, but to me, it just works on skin. I like woody fragrances when it's cool. When it's cool and it's breezy, that's when this really does numbers. I get good performance on this, about 7 hours on this. Again, not the most complimented fragrance. It's a hit or a miss, but in the right environment, I just think when you have a sense, you're dressed masculine, you have confidence, and you're smelling like the way people perceive a man to smell based on social norms, I just think it works. It just works. I like this, man. I like this. I like this a lot. And that's Empero from the House of Bvlgari. Moving on. All right, let me see what I got next. So we're going in at number 10. At number 10, we're going to go to one of my favorite houses. Now, I could have probably put several fragrances from this house that I could have reached for, but I don't know. I just didn't. But I reached for this. This is one that this DNA is a hate or love it DNA. And yes, this is a inspiration style of a fragrance, give or take, depending on how you want to look at it, or a twist. The original DNA has this nuance to it that a lot of people hate it or love it. And I get that. And this one is like it's non-existent there. This is from the house of Bodicea, and this is Xerjoff. So what this comes off is more like a Santal 33. That's what you get here. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. That's kind of what you get here. Is like Santal 33, but everything people hate about Santal 33, this eliminates it. It eliminates it. Absolutely eliminates it. Of course, with Bodicea, you're gonna get great longevity. Longevity is not an issue. I don't get that pickle nuance on this. But this adds, I believe, oud is added in here. Very wearable, nothing funky. It just adds some depth to it, some richness to the woods there. So you get the cypriol, everything, the leather. You get all that, but that oud just gives it a little bit more oomph. Sandalwood, I believe. Well, of course, the sandalwood is in here, is predominant note. Again, it's to me, when I want to wear something that goes in the Santal 33 kind of thing, I just think this is superior. It's kind of why I don't have fragrances like Lovers. Lovers just did nothing for me. I know people love that fragrance. My guy loves that fragrance, Durian. To me, it was just kind of like, all right, it's cool. I'm not spending $400 on this. It just never moved me. But this one, when I want to wear that DNA, it's only one I go with. And that's Xerjoff from the house of Bodicea, the Victorious, at number 10. Okay. Coming in at number 9. This is one of, I remember, 3 years ago when I found out about, I think about 3 or 4 years ago, I was on my old IG page that I had up before that was hacked and messed with, and I had to start another page, but that's never here nor there. I had talked about this fragrance. There was really no hype, no talk about this fragrance house. I went to the store, smelled a few of their fragrances. I was blown away. One of them I love more than any other fragrance, but this came in a nice close second for me. And this is from the house of Moncler, and that's Les Bois Glacés. So what this is goes into the Terre de Hermes kind of thing. But to me, it's fresher and it's better. It's a little bit more peppery. I believe black pepper, maybe pink pepper may be in here. That bergamot, you get this sparkling, like this bright sparkling bergamot. I get it. A lot of these fragrances kind of go into what I would say is the originator, which is the Terre de Hermes kind of line. But there's twist on that DNA that I just think some do it a little bit better. It's fragrances that I will say smell like that. I just think they did that DNA better. The cedar wood, you get that pencil shavings. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, first day of school, you got the fresh outfit on, you got the fresh kicks, the Jordans, they just came out. It's the 90s or the 2000s, whenever you was in high school. You want to show off your fresh fit. You had to go sharpen your pencil. We ain't had computers. Sharpen your pencil. You shaving up there, or you had the automatic pencil sharpen on the pencil's desk, and you can smell that like pencil shaving sort of sweet. I get that here. It's very reminiscent when I smell that. So I think that's also why I like the DNA. Vetiver, cedar. It's almost like that bergamot gives this ice coldness, whereas the Terre de Hermes adds this bitter citrus to it. This peppery, bitter citrus. The bergamot here is almost in whatever else that's not listed in here. Could be ambergris or anything like that. It adds this very cold nature to it, cooling nature to it. This is signature scent worthy. There isn't a season I can't find a reason to wear this. It's not overly green, but the freshness makes me want to wear it in spring or summer because it's not too woody where it won't work in the summertime. Even though summertime, I like more ice cold, like a little bit more just citrus dominant fragrances. But the woods in this, especially when it dries down, is absolutely amazing. Again, it's not going to blow me away. If you have Terre de Hermes, you might not necessarily need this. I think this one is better than that. And there's going to be other DNAs that's similar to that I think are better than this. But to me, this year, these are grab and go fragrances. You going to work, you want to go do a run at the mall, you going to Walmart, you maybe just took a shower, you got out the gym, you just want to put something on, smell good, smell like a man. This is what I've been grabbing for. It's just my vibe. It's my vibe this year. Next year, it might be something different. I might be on some tobaccos next year. This year, I've been on my vetivers, on my cedars, on my dry, woody fragrances, masculine fragrances. That's La Glace from Moncler. Moving on. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, so that's 10, 9. So this is going to be number 8. Coming in at number 8. Coming in at number 8 is a fragrance that was discontinued maybe 3-4 years ago. Then it came back from the brand. This I would call another inspiration with a twist. And this is from the house of Bodicea. And this is Lavish. This is Lavish from the house of Bodicea. This is your grown man stuff. Like, so if let's say you're going to play around the golf at maybe up in Marlboro, Bethesda, Rockville, or wherever you might or play golf at, or just hanging out. Maybe you're going to have some whiskeys, like a nice day party. Maybe you're going to be smoking some cigars. It's a casual day party. You're going to be around the guys. I don't know about you. I don't want to wear cookies and Italica and vanilla around the guys. Not that it affects my masculinity, but it's not the kind of vibe and the mood I'm on. When I'm going into that mood, I want something more cozy, neck nibbling. I want to draw people in. I'm not trying to draw my guys in, have them sniffing my neck. It ain't the kind of vibe I'm on. You know what I mean? But when I want to be with the guys, I smell like a man. I smell good. You have fragrances where you want admiration of men, right? That's why men have the cars they have. That's why sometimes they wear the watches they wear. It's not necessarily to impress women. It's because men be like, oh, I know what that is. That's an AP. We can be honest about that. It ain't a homosexual thing, but there's some times where you need to impress men. That's how you get business done, right? And this is one where if you around men or you conducting business or you at a meeting, you ain't trying to smell sexy, but you want to smell masculine. You want to smell good. You want to smell interesting. You want to smell confident. Lavish or Tom Ford's Great Vetiver, that's where it kind of goes into. That's the kind of fragrance, in my opinion, I would want to wear and how I like to wear that fragrance. Confident. This is a confident building fragrance. You got a promotion. I personally don't necessarily think like if you're going for a job interview, you should wear anything. You should kind of get in there, get out of probationary period before you start hitting them in the head with fragrances. But this is one that I just think it's just confident. It's confidence in the bottle. It smells like I'm a man who's confident in myself, knows what I want to do. They're confident because it makes me feel that way. It comes out in my actions, and that within itself gets me the compliments that I get when I get them. And that's Lavish from Bodicea. And that was 10-9-8. That was number 8. Next up. We moving right along. I like this pace, moving right along. The next fragrance up at number 7, lucky number 7. This is, I have a lot of this particular DNA. And I ain't gonna beat around the bush on it. This one I've been reaching for more this autumn. It could have changed. It could have went to another direction, but this autumn is just kind of what I was reaching for. Just kind of worked for me. Compliments on this particular fragrance I'm gonna discuss. Again, hit or miss. It's not one of those, oh yeah, every time I wear it, I get compliments. It's not one of those kind of fragrances, but it is another confident, masculine. When I wear it, I know I smell good. I'm not really here for compliments. It's more or less, I'm a man. I identify as a man. You can see me, and like, I'm not looking for your admiration, but it's people, women like confidence, right? And this is from the house of Ormonde, and this is Moncler Aruba. Let me see, go up in here. The light kind of hit or miss, but this is Aruba. I want to say, is this the latest one? I think this might be the latest one. This goes into that Moncler DNA, but one thing I like about Aruba, so you have your grapefruit, you have this beautiful mandarin orange note up there. You have, I believe, bergamot. You get those honey florals. Like, I get that beautiful floral. I believe it's a little bit of rose, magnolia, maybe. I think all of them use violet. Yeah, man. It's just sparkling, extremely fresh, but like in the most masculine way. It's just masculine. I don't care where you go. This is like signature scent worthy. It don't really matter what you're doing. It just kind of fits like it's like an fragrance almost. And what else? I believe jasmine. I don't really get much jasmine. I think jasmine's in here because they pretty much put jasmine in their entire DNA. I believe their mids, generally speaking, are florals. Some violets always in there. But I believe leather is not as suede-y. It's a little bit more leathery to me. So it almost goes into this chypre. Actually, I think it could be classified as a chypre because I believe it has bergamot up top. To be a chypre, oak moss, labdanum. I believe the labdanum is part of the leather accord. So you kind of get this tobacco chypre kind of fragrance. Iso E super in here, leather, oak moss, tobacco. Aruba, it's just good, man. And this autumn is just, I get a little bit of tobacco, so I get some woods, I get some leather, I get freshness, I get florals in the mid that kind of brings everything together, which gives me this masculine and feminine juxtaposition, just this beautiful overall composition that quality wise is top tier. It's just amazing. I love the DNA. I love all variations of the DNA. This autumn, this has been my go-to grab this autumn. And that's Aruba from the house of Ormonde, from Moncler Aruba. That's the name. And that was number, 7? Lucky number 7. Moving on. How y'all feeling tonight? How many people we got here? 117 people in the chat. How many likes we got? Because I might have to do an intermission if we don't get those likes up. I'm trying to bring y'all new content. You know what I mean? I want to get some likes up. How many likes we see? Somebody put it in the chat. How many likes? I'm not moving on until I see the likes go up. I want to see at least 100 likes. If we got 100, we got 120. I want to see 100. All right, give me 10 more. 10 more likes. 10 more. It's 10 more of y'all working. Just hit the likes. We got 120 in there, but I want to see 10 more likes. When I see 10 more likes, we'll start up. Other than that, I'm going to sit here and y'all just going to watch me drink. 91. Let's get them. Come on. 91. Keep moving. Just hit the like button. We can get it on. We only got a few more to get through, and then people who want to time off can chop off, and then I'll answer whatever questions. We'll do a question and answer. I'll tell you what I have coming up. I plan on going live tomorrow as well. 96, good. 97. All right, 97. A couple more, 3 more, and then we're gonna move on. I plan on going live tomorrow. I'm gonna give you a nice list. We'll talk about that, but let's get it. Come on, 3 more. 2 more. Let's go. 2 more. I'm going to have 1 more sip. 100. Good. Let's go. All right. So that was 7. This is number 6. Number 6. Number 6 is just an amazing fragrance. It's an amazing composition. It comes from a really good house. It's a house that I really, when it comes to exclusives, I should dive in, or I should have dived in. But I'm just at a point now, I don't care if I have another fragrance in the grand scheme. Because I'm extremely confident in my collection. That's why I don't never have a need to smell everything or own everything unless I just want to do content, right? I wish I would have kind of like, when I was in other houses, I wish I would have dove into this one. It's an amazing Italian house. This is from the house of Xerjoff, and this is Richwood. This is Richwood. Now, Richwood is so top tier. Probably one of my favorite Xerjoffs of all time. I'm sure somebody gonna say, "Oh, you need the older formulation. It was better." Yeah, all right, bro. I don't care. Right? I think it's good either way. I understand people's comparison to Ormonde, but I think they're misguided a little bit, right? But I do understand the comparisons, and I'll tell you why scent memory can make people in their mind think Ormonde, because when you start talking about Chanel exclusives, there's 2 kind of notes the way Chanel does their exclusives that makes other fragrances very reminiscent. Actually, I think Chanel might do the best aldehydes. So if you get an aldehydic Chanel, I think Roja might be number 2 from what I've smelt when it comes to aldehydes. This in their musk, Chanel musk. Nobody ever talks about musk. Musk and Le Lion, musk and Cuir de Rousse, musk and Ormonde. It's something about the beauty of Chanel musk when it comes off of my skin that's absolutely elite, right? So you get this beauty in that, but this has a beautiful citric opening. I believe Clemente or like tangerine. Oh my God, bro. So you get this citrus, musky, almost aldehydic, clean laundry, floral thing going on. So it's like very clean, where Ormonde's a little bit more dry, a little bit more earthy to me. To me, this is my opinion. You don't have to agree. Just a tad bit more earthy. And I also think this sandalwood in this uses Moncler sandalwood. The sandalwood is creamy. So now you got this clean musk, this creamy sandalwood with this citrus, almost aldehydic, almost like luxury soap, but not as much as one of my favorites from Xerjoff that I'll talk about in another video. And to me, what separates this from Ormonde is the patchouli here is extremely clean. I don't get nothing that goes into this chocolatey nuance. I think of like almost like vegetal patchouli, almost like when you go to the grocery store and you buy some fresh groceries, and you know how sometimes they have the water sprinkler system on the groceries, and it has this kind of smell, the water on top of greens. I get a very clean patchouli in here. It's like really, really, really clean. It's really clean. It's almost green, but yet dry. So it's not damp patchouli, because my damp patchouli would probably be patchouli from Dior. I can't think of the name of it. Patchouli Imperial from Dior. That's like extremely damp to me. This is more of a dry but clean, like it has gone through the cleaning process. Richwood is just amazing, and it lasts. I don't ever do about no more than about 6 sprays on this. This is a beautiful fragrance. This is one that I'm not wearing this in like tennis shoes, in t-shirts. I'm wearing this in polos, dress tennis shoes. So when you get a pair of dress tennis shoes, not your Jordans and Air Force Ones and stuff, I mean like a good pair of masculine dress tennis shoes, some jeans, a polo shirt, like depending on where I'm going, maybe a day party or a wine event, something like that. That's where you wear something like this, something beautiful, any kind of semi-formal or formal event. So I know I talked about this in my last video, where in the Washington, D.C. area, there are so many things you can get into every day, all the time. Every single embassy outside of Iran is in Washington, D.C. They all have events. They all. Italy just had one not too long ago. Amazing. They all have events and things to do. There's fundraisers all the time. Every single lobbyist is here. There's a reason to wear to own a tuxedo in the Washington, D.C. area. It's the government. There's a lot of snoozing, a lot of lobbyists, a lot of events, a lot of fundraising, a lot of politicking. That requires people to get out of jeans and tennis shoes and to get into suits and tuxedos. It just is what it is. It's one of those kind of cities. If you know, you know. You can wear something like this to an event like that, where you just want to smell different, you want to smell good, you want to smell classy. I like Richwood, and that's number 6? Richwood. Classic fragrance. Love that fragrance. Yeah, man. Love that. And you don't need a lot of sprays. I get like 8.5 hours on that. Even more, because sometimes after the 8.5 hours, I'm still getting wafts here and there, depending on how my body temperature is moving. With a fragrance like that, when you're outside in this autumn, this is why I love autumn, because you get a nice little breeze. The breeze will help push stuff around. So, any hunters we got in this group? Any hunters? Any gun enthusiasts we have here that knows, like, shoots rifles, who understands windage and calculation, right? So you got to look at your tools when you're wearing these fragrances. If I'm going somewhere and I'm going to be outside and it's going to be windy, I don't want to wear a room-filling fragrance, because that's going to just accentuate the loudness of the fragrance, because the wind is going to push it everywhere. So it already was a room filler. That room filling is going to expand and you're going to be obnoxious. That's when I wear something a little bit subtle. You know what I mean? Like very intoxicating, very intriguing, very interesting. That's the kind of vibe you want to get off when you want somebody to walk up to you and give you a compliment. You want to be intriguing, enticing, you know, those kind of vibes, confident, those kind of vibes I would get off if compliments is what you seek. That's the kind of energy I would give off. That's my personal opinion. Take it or leave it. Moving on. All right, we'll do this. Coming in number 5 is an overly expensive fragrance. I think the quality, I own it. I paid for it. It wasn't gifted to me. So clearly, I believe the quality is somewhat worth it. The performance, yeah, right? It's a little bit below performance how I like it, but the quality is so good, I just had to have it. So this is one where when I wear it, I'm very extremely strategic on how I wear that. I want to know what the wind is doing. I'm like a sniper. I'm like a sniper when it comes to fragrances. I want to snipe the noses of people. I want to get the best performance, the best shot on target. That's what I want. I look at it like an operation. I'm going out the house. What am I wearing? What's the windage like? What's the temperature like? What is the room going to be like? How is the air going to circulate in the room? Do I want that attention? Do I not give a shit? I weigh all of that out when I pick fragrances. I'm very extremely strategic with it. That's why I think, because I have all bases covered, I don't really care about buying more fragrances. I'm kind of like good for the most part. It has to be something like really out there for me to have to feel the need I need to get it. Anywho, back to this fragrance. It's a little overpriced for what you get, but the quality is just so amazing. I wish it lasts longer. This is from the House of Creed. This is Spice and Wood. Spice and Wood from the House of Creed. I mean, Spice and Wood is, bro. There are certain companies that do citrus fragrances right. Certain companies do citrus fragrances right. I think Louis Vuitton does citruses extremely good. Any Italian house, your Paris Monte Carlos and stuff like that, like, any of those Italian citrus where they're using bergamot, they do their citruses good. Creed does fresh fragrances amazing. The performance be a lot of the issues, and I get it, especially if you're paying retail for this, but it's just, it's just so good. I've seen online people saying Spice and Wood is comparison to French Lover. They're in two totally different leagues. One league isn't better than the other, but it's like comparing football and basketball. Yes, it's a sport, but they're doing two different things. It's just two different things that they're doing. So I would, Spice and Wood is just one of them kind of fragrances that, to me, it's just amazing. Now the question always comes: if I run out, would I repurchase it again? If I find it for the right price that I like it, 275, 290, 275 to 320. But I don't know. I might move on from this. When it's done, I might move on from that just because I have so much. You know what I mean? I have so much. But but every time I think that and I wear it, it makes me happy. It puts a smile on my face. That's Creed's Spice and Wood. It's just it's an amazing fragrance. It's just the performance is kind of lackluster. Amazing though. Citrus is done to perfection. It's costly though. It's kind of costly, and I get how some people would say that it's overpriced, but it's beautiful to me. What else we got? All right, coming. Do I want to mention this now? Yeah, I do want to mention this now. I do. All right, coming in at number 4. We're almost done. Where I'm at on time. Oop. Right on time, almost getting to the 1 hour mark. That's kind of where I want to be when I do this. And then we'll talk for 30 minutes, give or take, and then we will move on. Anyway, coming in at number 4 is, to me, an amazing, it's a DNA that I've already discussed before, but it's a very fresh, well done twist. I don't know if I want to call it a twist on the DNA. It's just like really, really good. I love this fragrance, and it gives me the performance and longevity that I need. This is from the house of Bodicea, and this is Vetiver Empero. Vetiver Empero. This goes into more of your Terre de Hermes, but the citruses is just, when you smell this side by side, I hate to say it because I think Terre de Hermes is like goated. It's just the cedar, sweet, the citruses, fresh, bright. The vetiver, a little green. It's a little grassy a little bit, but not too much. A very dry fragrance, extremely dry. Musky, a little, man. Oh man, it's well done. Inspiration, clone, however you want to mention it. I'm good with it either way you want to call it. But it just works. I don't know if it's going to show up on a bottle, but I got like half a bottle. I'm like at half a bottle. This is one that if I did run out and I ran out of Terre de Hermes, I would just buy this. I would just kind of buy this. I think out of some of the closer ones, I think this is just kind of the better buy if I want that DNA, because it's not going to break the bank. You can find this at discounters. I think I got a link for it in the video and description under YouTube shopping, and it's affiliate link. But you just it to me, I think bang for your buck, performance, longevity. compliment getting in the wind. You wear this where you're gonna be outside and the wind is helping carrying it. It's masculine. It's signature scent worthy. You can never go wrong wearing this ever. And that's Vetiver Empero from Bodicea. Moving on. Coming in at number 3, I think I'm gonna mention these two fragrances semi together. They give me the same vibe. One, I will admit, is better than the other. It's just better than the other. But when you talk about the vibe you get, I get the same wearing experience vibe. When I wear both, I get the same amount of compliments. One isn't over complimenting the other. So, and one has a better price budget than the other. But there's nuances in the more expensive one that I like a little bit better. But you can never go wrong. And these two fragrances I'm gonna discuss at number 3, it's kind of a tie. It really is. One's affordable, one's not so much. And that's from the house of Moncler. That's Vetiver Sensual. Dents Don't Lie. And that's from the house of Roja, Isola Blue. To me, these wear extremely similar to me on my skin. It's the same crush mint vetiver. When they dry down is where it really changes. Oh man, the way it does vetiver both. I mean, just amazing the way vetiver is done here. And I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm in the Roja group on Facebook, and I kind of made a top 5. I kind of just threw out a top 5 Roja right now. I am going to do, there's maybe 2 more Rojas. I have champagne that should be here in the next 24. It might be here tomorrow. My bottle of champagne at BG should be here tomorrow. If not, it'll be here on, what's tomorrow, Wednesday? It'll be here Thursday. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be here probably tomorrow because Bergdorf pretty much overnights it. But anywho, I am going to do my top 10. I might have to make it a top 15 Rajas in my collection. But I've been waiting because there's 1, 2. There's 2 I kind of want to add before I make that list. There's kind of 2 I want to add before I kind of like at least smell. And all I have to do is go up the street to Tyson's Corner, and I can probably smell both of them and figure out if they're bottle worthy. But if I catch them for a good price, I might buy them anyway. Nevertheless, both of them are absolutely amazing. Vetiver, fresh, bright citruses, very sparkling, and just easy to wear, masculine. These get me compliments out the freaking wazoo. Isola Blue. So when was it? Saturday? Last Saturday, I was at a bonfire. My guy, he sells cigars. He has his own cigar company. He throws a yearly bonfire twice a year. It was cold outside at night, right? I had this on. I think I put in, people outside smoking cigars. I had the wind. I knew I had the wind at my advantage. It wasn't too windy, but I knew I had it at my advantage. I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I put, knowing that the event was outside, I put maybe anywhere from 12 to 15. I think I might have been more at the 10 to 12, but I could have been, let's just say 10 to 15. Let's just say, just for number's sake, 10 to 15. And I use the Roja Dove spraying technique, which is don't douse my whole body. Just pick a spot and do about 3 or 4 sprays on one spot, right? Because I knew I was going to be outside. Again, people outside smoking cigars. I was giving hugs, giving daps. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think I got like 6 compliments. And I was only there for about 3 hours, give or take. I think I was there for like 6. I think I left at I think I got there around like 7, left at around 10:30 is when I left. So I was about 3.5 hours all I stayed there. And I got like 6 compliments, bro. Like just random dandom, you know what I mean? Giving people dubs like, damn, man, you smell good, bro. I got some, those compliments from men, compliments from women. It's just like, you smell good. You smell good. Just nothing crazy. No panties was being dropped that night, but just like compliments. Just do it for me. It does, and this equally does it for me. It's kind of my go-to masculine fragrance, but back to my top 10 because I lost my thought. I did a top 5. To be honest, I think pound for pound, this is probably my number 1 Roja. Pound for pound, versatility, utility, compliments, easy to wear. It's hard for me not to put this in number 1. It's if I'm gonna be honest, when I weigh it all out, it's hard for me not to put Isola Blue at number 1. My favorite Roja fragrance. It's hard because it ain't nowhere I don't go. I don't get compliments. I mean, I wish they come out in 100 ml. I would buy 100 ml of this. It's a go-to. It's just go-to. I ain't gonna talk no more about it. That's at number 3, Vetiver Empero in Vetiver Sensual and Isola Blue. A Vetiver Sensual from Mancera, Isola Blue from Roja at my number 3. They kind of very similar, so I think they deserve to be mentioned. One's going to be more expensive than the other. If you more price conscious, get this. I'm telling you, it works just as well. And both of them get great longevity. I'm like 7+ hours on this. I was smoking a cigar even though I was outside. I got home a little late. I was tired, had a little bit of bourbon and stuff while I was out there. Wasn't drunk, but I was just tired. I had worked earlier that day, and smelt my clothes, smelt a little bit of cigar like on my clothing, but I smelt Isola still on my clothes. Anyway, enough of that. All right, coming in at number 2. Let me see. So coming in at number 2, I think one of these fragrances might be discontinued. I'm gonna talk about 2 fragrances. One, this is my number 2, and I know you're gonna say, dang, you just talked about Isola. Like, why is that not your number 2? Because this one, again, has gotten me compliments. Isola, Vetiver Sensual, in this particular fragrance kind of do the same thing, and I'll talk about the notes on why it does the same thing. But this, the house, the freshness, it's vetiver, it's cedar, it's lime, it's mint. This is a mojito. Something about that lime, I don't know. Lime is becoming one of my favorite, when done right, one of my favorite citruses when I really want to add some zest, some brightness to it, to the experience. It just works. This particular one, I've ran through several bottles of this. This is why it's number 2. And it's one of the cheapest, more affordable fragrances on this actual list. And you can still buy this. Now, I don't know, they changed the bottle, so I don't know if they changed the formulation. This is from the house of Guerlain. That's Guerlain Homme Eau de Parfum. And this is Guerlain Homme Low Bois or Bois. So I think this one is discontinued, right? Both of these have similar, and I think back in 2018 or maybe 19, I did a video on the EDT, the Eau de Parfum, and this one, and the differences. This is a little bit brighter than this. This is richer. And this is a little bit greener. Like, it's just a little bit like almost fresher, almost grass, almost a little bit more spring. This is sexy. Now, they've rebottled this formulation into the new Guerlain designer-esque kind of bottles. Does it smell different? I don't know. Will I inevitably have to buy a bottle of that? Maybe so. But I've ran through a 50 ml of it. I have another 50 ml, which I've used, and I have this 100 ml. That's how much I like it. I've burnt through a whole 50, had another 50, said, oh, let me just get the 100. At one point, you could have gotten this before they changed the bottles. At one point, this was on like Fragrance Net for like 29, 32 to $35. I don't know what it is now, but this used to go for the absolute low. You cannot go wrong with this. It's lime, crushed mint, a little bit of florals, some vetiver, some rum. So you already know, for those who don't know, rum, mint, lime, mojito. Yo, mojito, right? So it has a mojito accord and the woodiness. And everybody know, when you start talking about rum or any kind of liquor, it's aged in a barrel. So you have that woodiness in a lot of liquors, this woody undertone. This is just, I am the cologne guy at work. People know, they found my page. They know, right? I don't always get compliments on everything I wear. I don't. Last week, I wore this and got 1, 2, 3 compliments. It was windy. I walked up, we was doing some stuff, and we was giving a little briefing and whatever, just talking about what we were about to do on the project. And before they started, it was like, damn, man, you smell good. And then they went on to the briefing. And then later on, somebody else told me, like, this is one of those kind of fragrances that you're not going to get great longevity. You're looking at about, if you got 4.5 hours to spare, 4.5 hours. That's it. Most people don't stay places longer than 4.5 hours. Even that bonfire thing I went to, I said I was there for like 3.5 hours, and I saw people kiss, hug babies, talk to people I ain't seen in years, dapped it up, showed love, had some drinks, had some, smoked the whole cigar, enjoyed myself. I was only there for 3.5 hours. I don't stay nowhere too long. And the work is the longest I'm going to stay in one place at work. Other than that, I'm not staying nowhere longer than 4.5 hours, give or take. Anything more than that, I start getting bored unless I'm at a sporting event. I'm going to get bored and I'm going to be ready to go. My ADHD going to pick up or something. But this is one that you're going to spray a lot of. I'll probably, depending on what you're doing, you're going to go anywhere from about 10 to 15, anywhere from 10 to 15 sprays, depending on what you got going on. If you have 4 hours to spare, think of Terre. It's just, again, I've gone through bottles of this. I love this. It's one of my favorite fragrances, highly complimented. And that's from the House of Guerlain. And that's Homme Eau de Parfum. Or if I think this might be discontinued. It's just very similar. I want to talk about this if you can find it. And that's Bois. Moving on. And last and not least, we're going to move to number 1. I'm at good time. And then we'll answer whatever questions. And then I'll tell you what we have coming up in the future. Hopefully what we have going on tomorrow. And then we'll get up out of here. Very quick, easy, straight to the point. Okay. Coming in at number 1. I've talked about this fragrance more on my Instagram than I've talked about it anywhere else. I was onto this brand early. If I had my old Instagram page, it would be well documented when I started talking about this brand. That page was shut down. So I haven't really posted a lot on the new one. But I think I exposed this fragrance to a lot of y'all maybe about 2 or 3 lives ago. But when it comes to autumn, when it comes to coziness, when it comes to like that event I was at, the bonfire I was at last Saturday, this I could easily wore this fragrance. We're talking outside, cool weather. It's brisk, little wind, cigar smoke. This would have fit perfectly in that environment. I could have easily wore this. This fragrance gets compliments out the wazoo, and I don't know why it gets compliments. Smelling it, on your hand, you would never think it gets compliments. Again, if you're 20 years old and you're watching me, we in two different circles. We're in two different worlds. If you say I get compliments out the wazoo and you say you're going to go buy this ain't really for you. This is for your uncle. It's for your older uncle or your older cousins. This ain't really for you yet. I don't think it's going to do for you what it does for me. That's just me being honest with you. So take those compliment videos with a grain of salt at looking at people's ages and what kind of environments and the people they be around and what they be doing, right? But anywho, this is from the house of Otto Parisi, and this is Terroni. This is easily like backup bottle. If I had like 3 bottles of this, I wouldn't be mad at myself. I think 2 is all you need because like Magnamari, you don't need a lot of sprays on this. This can be room filling. This fragrance is a fragrance of fire. It smells like charred woods in the most masculine, sexiest way ever. Like in the sexiest way ever. This is why we'll get old. I ain't gonna go on my rant on overspraying. Overspraying will ruin a fragrance experience when people are around you trying to experience it. This is maybe a little bit of oud. I get a hint of patchouli in here. They don't list the notes. Even the notes you see, the perfumer don't really list notes, but I get like some peppers. I get a little bit of oud. I get some patchouli. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of the smoke. I feel like it's coming from maybe some birch. I feel like could be some birch tar in here because it's a little smoky like birch to me. If I'm a betting man, I'm going to say birch. But it also could be labdanum or labdanum, or it could be both. If I was a bet, I would almost say it could be a combination of both because you get this almost leathery, smoky, woody thing going on. So I feel like I'm getting essence of this ambery kind of woody, smoky, leathery thing. So it could be a little bit of birch, a little bit of labdanum, some oud, some peppers. Bro, it's warm. It's inviting. This is campfire. This is, I don't know why it gets compliments. Smelling it, like just putting on your hand and doing this, you'll be like, bro, I don't know how I'm going to wear this. In the autumn, cool. If you're outside, cigar lounge vibes, any of that kind of thing, grown man, bro, this is going to garner, if nothing else, it's going to garner attention. Some people might like it. Some people might. It might be a little divisive. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, some people might like it. Some people might be like, eh. But I have never gotten a negative experience from this. But then again, I don't think too many people are going to walk up to me and be like, bro, you smell like shit. Go home or something. I just don't think people are going to address me like that in general. So I have to take that with a grain of salt. But I have gotten a lot of positive reviews from this. Tons when I wear this. A little goes a long way. I think the less I wear, the better it's sprayed. The better experience it is for everybody around you. Because you want to give wafts. You want to be inviting. You want to be intriguing. This is an intriguing fragrance. This is one that there is nothing on the market that smells like this. So it's going to stop people in their tracks to want to know, bro, who are you and why are you smelling like that? In the most vampiric way, in the most sexy, like a sexy vampire. That's what this is. Like the most, like I'm just enchanting. That's the best. This is enchanting. That's the best verbiage I can use for this, or the adjective I can use for this. Enchanting. That's what, and that's Terroni from the house of Otto Parisi. That's my number one woody autumn fragrance I have worn this year. It's the undisputed champ, Terroni. It works for me. Again, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. None of these fragrances was gifted to me. I purchased all of them. I have a different vibe than you. I'm in different spaces. I'm doing different things. I'm around different people. I can get the mama or the daughter. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. It's different depending on where you at, what you do, who you be around, and how you conduct yourself. So it's a lot that comes with it. So take compliments with a grain of salt. Like Darian being suits, the bro, like fitted suits. His suits fit. His suits don't look like he buying them off the rack. Remember how when you was going to eat, his suits don't like an Easter Sunday suits. When your mama threw you in a suit and it was too big, or you had to grab a suit before you went to court because you were scared to go to jail and the suit don't fit you. You look crazy out here. Like you just, like somebody died, you had to get a suit for a funeral because you don't own one. It's kind of embarrassing at this age, right? Darian wearing what he's wearing, like he can wear Diaghilev and get away. You got a closet full of Jordans, sweatpants, and t-shirts. Diaghilev just ain't going to work in that environment unless you just want to be in the house paying almost $1,000 for a fragrance you're just going to sniff in the house and never wear. But it's your money. It's not my problem. But again, I with all things, sample everything, get what works best for you. Listen to nobody but your own nose. Trust no one in this game. And it's becoming more apparent that, some places are cesspools for some people are just QVC. There's a lot of QVC going on in this community. So I when I realized that, I disconnect. I not watching. My consumption of fragrance videos have gone way. It's a ton, especially in the clone space. I'm kind of like I'm cool on that, bro. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. No hate, but I'm cool on that. I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. I'm cool. Anyway, let's see. If anybody got any, get your questions ready. Let me tell you what we got going on. And then we'll probably get out of here. So tomorrow, what we're gonna do tomorrow, we're going to being that everything works out. It should work out. Because daylight saving times, y'all want me to go live more at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I might do, but I just be busy. I'll be trying to eat dinner. There's certain things I'll be trying to do. I think 8:30 is a good mix. I think 9 is a little bit of a stretch, but it's going to be between 8 and 8:30. We'll see. Tomorrow we're going to do sexy neck nibbling sex appeal fragrances, bro. Sex appeal. These fragrances are like, okay. These are woody fragrances. These just do, when you want to embody sex appeal, that's what I'm gonna be discussing tomorrow. The fragrances I'm discussing tomorrow embody sex appeal to me. It's just like when you walk into a space, you like, oh, that's sexy. Like when you smell it, you be like, oh, that's sexy. Like, damn. Like you can envision nightlife, dim lights, thighs and lips, like you know what I'm saying, breast. Like you just can envision all of this going hand in hand with these fragrances. These are gonna be some sexy winter, autumn fragrances for you. For those who go on dates, for those who don't have a fifi, who don't spend all their time watching fragrance videos and humping their fifi because you clapping no cheeks, but you consume all the cheek clapping, panty dropping content. It's just not working out for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to work for you. But anywho, hit up one of those, Mason. So you want me to hit up one of those samples real quick? All right, give me a second, bro. Give me a second. We'll do one. Because I don't think I got one on skin. We'll do one. We'll do one. I'll do that for you. Let me see. So, All World Fragrances sent me some we'll do one of these fragrances. He sent me some. If y'all didn't catch my last live, catch it. Especially near the end. He sent me some indie artisanal fragrances. I was blown away by like two of them. One of them, it was just very familiar to me. It didn't really, it's good, but it didn't blow me away because it was already familiar and I felt like I've smelt that before. Although the oud, check this out, all world fragrance. Check this out. So I went to bed. I put the oud on my wrist and went to bed. I had the most ethereal sleep in my lifetime. It was like meditative. I'll wear oud to bed. But again, it's the right oud. All ouds, I'm not like, I got Kalakasi oud. That shit smell like the jungle in freaking leather barnyard. I'm not wearing that to bed. I don't want that in my pillows. But there's certain rose oud bro, that bottle, God, Lee, bro, that my problem is, how much was that fragrance again? Let me find it. How much was that fragrance again? That was I think it was the Prince of Persia. It's just I don't know. I don't need it. It's good. It's one of the best ouds I ever put my nose on, but it's like I don't know if I don't need it, right? Like I want it, but I don't need it. Bro, oh my God. Bro. When it comes to oud Keenom is like when you want gold. All right, let me stop talking. I am in love with this fragrance. I'm trying to semi-convince myself I need it, but then the other part of me be like, bro, listen, this oud, people say oud don't get compliments. This is the kind of oud that to get you compliments. Bro, if I would have worn it, if I had a bottle of this and I put maybe 4, I would, with the wind, 4 sprays of this, and I was giving hugs, bro, panties would have got moist, dripped. I mean, I'm over-exaggerating, right? I am over-exaggerating a little bit, right? But no, seriously, though. Like a fragrance like Namur, like some of those fragrances like that, yo, they do wonders. Oh, my God, bro. All right, enough. Let me stop glazing this fragrance. But that fragrance is amazing, bro. I want it. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just not my budget bingo card. And I don't spend over budget. I'm a strict budget guy. I'm strict on, like, if it don't fit my budget, I don't care what it is. I'm not getting it unless it's a discontinued, hard to get fragrance that I've been looking for a couple years. And it come like if I see Andy Warhol, Bond No. 9 Andy Warhol, that I don't think is fake, and it's the right price with the right amount in there, I might cop. I might. I don't need it, but I might cop just off sheer principle. That's one I would just like to have in the collection. But anywho, all right, you said put on one of the Mason Solas. Let me see. Give me a second. He said, "Do you plan on trying the new Xerjoff Z creators?" I don't think I got sent any of those, so I don't know if I'm gonna have those in my bingo card for this year. Shout out to them. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Right now, I'm just kind of like my budget is kind of strapped. Like I don't go over I budget things for the year, and when I'm at max peak budget, I don't really. I slow down. I don't care what's it. I'm just kind of like really big on budgeting my money, and like I'm just big on that. Mason Solis is niche house that focus on agave tequila. I know you rock with those. Okay, so real quick before Scent Bubble, do me a favor because I'm not scrolling up. My computer's in front of me. You'll be seeing the top of my head. Type the question again for me. I'm not going to move on till the Scent Bubble. Just please ask me the question again. I'll give you a couple of minutes to get it through the chat. Please ask me or copy and paste. But scrolling up because the computer is like when I say it's away from me, I'm not close to. Well, maybe I can Maybe I can do this. Hold on. I got my mouse right here. Hold on. I mean, just type the question again. How does that fragrance compare to Sycamore, Encre Noir, Scent Wise? I haven't smelt that joint yet. In regards to my number one pick. No, Terroni's not. I mean, to me, Terroni's Terroni. And I know that's not saying much, but I don't think it's a Sycamore. I never got into, so I will say this. I never got into the Encre Noir thing. But what I know from people who knows I trust, that's like a vetiver fragrance. Terroni is not vetiver. This is like oud, birch tar, labdanum, patchouli, red peppers, like sweet peppers, some florals. Like that's what this is. Sycamore, I know for a fact that's a vetiver fragrance. I know that for a fact. This isn't a whole nother league. I ain't gonna say another league. That's disrespectful because I like Chanel. It's just two different worlds. You know what I'm saying? It's like comparing a Lamborghini to a hypercar, to a Pagani. You know what I'm saying? They both fast. I would like to have both of them, but like a Pagani is a Pagani. Yeah. I think if that's your question, let me see. What do you think of Xerjoff Pico Viadama? Pico Viadama is one of the best fragrances. I am going to do a video on my most luxurious fragrances I have in my collection. I was going to do that tomorrow, but I think I want to hit y'all with the sexiest fragrances I have in my collection. I want to hit you with that sex appeal as we enter into the weekend. But if I don't do it this weekend, maybe next week, I'm going to hit you with my most luxurious fragrances in my collection. I don't know if that's going to be a top 10, because if I do a top 10, it's going to be filled with a lot of one house. And it's not Bodicea. It's going to be filled with a lot of like Roja, a lot. But it is going to be a few Bodiceas. Yeah. But I am Pico Viadama, bro. It's signature scent worthy, powdery aldehydes. I think it is a gorgeous. It's up there with Richwood for me when it comes down to my favorite Xerjoff. But I say that with an asterisk is I haven't dove into Xerjoff enough to stand on that statement, if that makes sense. So what I would say is it's one of my favorites out of what I've smelled. And that's very limited sample. So take that with a grain of salt. It'll be one thing if I had smelt like 50 or own like 50, 60 Xerjoffs, then I think I can stand on that statement a little bit more. And I haven't smelled none of their exclusives. Like it's a lot of Xerjoffs I just don't have and I haven't experienced. So take that with a grain of salt. But Pico Viadama, love it. Compliment getting, easy to wear, laundry, fresh, warm laundry, citrus, aldehydes. It is chef's kiss. Chef's freaking kiss. Have you tried the new PDM extracts? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not much of a PDM fan. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't see why I'm buying PDM. But it's just, how can I say this again? Let me say it good. PDM makes good fragrances. They're good. I don't think I've smelt a PDM I necessarily didn't like, right? But that don't mean I gotta buy everything I like. They're good, okay? And like, even what was their latest citrus bottle? It was like orange kind of thing. I like that fragrance. It's a good citrus, summer, woody fragrance. It probably could have made this list if I owned it, but I don't know. The only PDM I own, well, I own two. One I probably didn't need to own. That was one of their latest. I can't remember the name of that one. That was the one people say smell like Ganymede. Yeah, that's cool. It's cool. I'm kind of like it's a 6.5 out of 7 for me. That's one of their latest fragrances. But here is the only one I own. I've never cared to own any of the other ones. I don't care enough. But they're good. Habden is good. Pegasus is good. Galloway. All those are good. I just don't care to own them. And I don't talk about fragrances I don't own. I don't know if that's from. Would you cop? But I don't like telling people to spend on. Here's my question for you, who asked about Celestial, for $11.50. I own it. Do with that information as you see fit. I own it. It's your decision to spend $1,000. You don't need my permission to spend $1,000. You're going to make that decision on your own. I'm going to tell you I own the fragrance. Take that with a grain of salt. Now, if you want to know what that fragrance is, I love that. I love that fragrance a lot. It gets me the compliments I get. For a long time, I never understood why it got me the compliments I get. Then I understood why it got me the compliments I got. It's Delina on steroids. If you wouldn't wear Delina, I don't think you need Celestial. It is Delina. I don't care what nobody, no fanboy or Bodicea says. It is Delina through and through. But the woodiness of Delina, that rhubarb is turned up a little bit more. And this woody aspect of Celestial is just dialed up a little bit more, but it's still feminine as hell. But feminine fragrances will get you compliments. But it's Delina, and I don't care what nobody says. It's Delina. That's what Celestial is. It is a $1,000 bottle Delina. Take that for whatever you want to take that for. That's your choice. Figure it out. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Anything else? Okay. So which one? I'm only gonna do one of these. So which one? All World Fragrance, if you still in here, help me figure this out. Which one you want me to personally smell? Which one you think I'm gonna like the most? You know, I'm into my liquors. I feel like Blanco is gonna be a good summer one. So you got Blanco, you got I believe I'm gonna try to figure out how to pronounce this. Inejo. But I feel like the J is not a J. It's probably Ho. Enejo. I'm pretty sure it's Enejo. It's probably what it is. It's probably not a J. But I don't know. There aren't anything crazy. Pick whatever tequila you like. Okay, so if it's tequila, I'm almost pretty Reposado. Ooh, I love a good Reposado though. Damn. I love a good Reposado. Let's just damn, bro. Real quick, how much these bottles, bro? I'm not smelling it till you tell me how much these bottles are. Because if you tell me these bottles crazy, I don't know if I want to smell it. Me and you, I'm not gonna want to smell nothing I'm gonna want to buy. Because you already got me with the what's going on. Somebody said Reposado is your favorite from the three. Okay, let's go with the Reposado. I feel like the Blanco going to hit though, but we'll go with the Reposado. If I knew I was trying some tequila, I would have brought my tequila down here to do a comparison. Let me see. Super affordable. People have them. They're like 140. All right, cool. All right, you got this taped up. So we're going to put the name down on here. Put the name of it so people can find it, or they can search it, look up notes or whatever they want to do to help the viewer out. So if you're watching this on playback, look at the live comments. I'm going to have All World Fragrance is going to put the name of the fragrance down. We're going to do Reposado. And it's Mason Solis. So we'll see. I don't know if I want to put this on skin. I think I'm going to have a cigar when I get out of here. I think when I finish, I'm going to go have a cigar outside. And I'm in the mood for Perdermo. I got a couple of Perdermos that I want to crack open. In an LFD. Like I got some good sticks that I want to kind of like crack open. So I might have a cigar when I finish this live. Anyway, Reposado. Let me put it on paper. Indie fragrances smell better on skin. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. But I don't like the way that spray came out, but it is a decant bottle. Let me see what this is sitting on. Okay. It is tequila. Fruity, fresh agave. It smells like a natural tequila. Damn. Very like, I don't want to say oceanic, but it has like this sea breeze air to it. Tons of agave. Maybe a little bit of ambergris or like a driftwood kind of thing going on. Bro, I don't like you. I'm blocking you. This is good though. Like, I'm in the boozy, bro. Like, summertime. This is my vibe. You know my vibe. How long you been watching me for? Because I just feel like in the last month or so, I don't know if you just came up on. I just feel like I haven't seen your comments a lot. Maybe about a couple of 3-4 months. I don't know. Maybe you've been around for a year. If you have, maybe I just been missing it. But I appreciate stuff that I haven't, like these indie fragrances. Whew. Damn, bro. God. Fuck. Me and you are beefing. If I decide to go to Sensual, which I plan on doing, I need to see if tickets on sale yet, and I need to find a hotel. But we're gonna we're gonna have a toast. Well, I'm gonna have a toast with all y'all, whoever show up and show love. But we're gonna have to find a cigar lounge. I want to kind of vibe. Bro, goddamn, bro, this is good. Oh my God. So y'all know the guy who do I call him the method man dude who take his glasses and throw them joints. If I wasn't like getting older and I like couldn't really see, you know what I'm saying? I kind of need these glasses. You know what I mean? This ain't like, I kind of need the glasses to see from a distance. Especially like close up. Bro, this is my vibe. This is, oh my God. This smells of absolute quality. Tropical fruits. I wonder what tropical fruits, some spices, warm spices, which a lot of reposado that's how it kind of is. Oh my God, bro. This is not in my bingo card of things to purchase. It's not my bingo card. So I'm not getting it. But this is one like these, I will circle the block on these like in spring. Because then I'm in a new budget year, fiscal year 2026. I'm telling y'all, I don't go over budget. If budget is broke, that's it. I don't care what it is. There are very few things that will make me ever go off budget, and it has to be a holy grail that I've been looking for years to go over budget. I am disciplined in that. Yo, I'm not playing around. So spring. And another reason I'm not pressed, like this is great summer. Like, bro, I'm on like if I was going on vacation, I'm packing this. This is this kind of shit I'm on. In the Caribbean, bro, I'm on this. I'm going to Cabo, bro, I'm on this. Bro, God. I love unique fragrances that are versatile, that smell like what they are trying to do. Like this the kind of fragrance perfumer, like I would want to like meet this perfumer and like, or this company, like if I was gonna come out with a fragrance, I would probably want to like do something with them. Because y'all know that's my vibe. That's kind of my vibe. This is, God, yo. All right, on skin it goes. Bro. Oh man. This was not in my bingo card, but that's only because the spray kind of. Oh, it smelled better on skin. tropical fruits. Oh, all skin is superior. Tons of tropical fruits. Warm, spice, woods. Green. Oh, bro, I'm thirsty. Thanks, man. Thanks for the sample. I will circle back at the like. What else? What else he doing? All right. Going to do numbers this spring. Absolutely, this going to do numbers in the spring and summer. Bro, this is happy hour. This is white t-shirt, rooftop vibes, casual. I can have a cigar with this. I can be drinking tequila. Bro, this is day party, brunch. Oh my freaking goodness, bro. This is Spray Blanco. Do I? Okay, fine, bro. I don't like you. We fighting. When we see you, bro, we fight. I'm going straight to your jaw. off the no warning. Hey man, I'm all world fragrance. Clack, 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 clack. Yeah, dude, right to your jaw, bro. Nah, these good though, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the exposure. I appreciate the exposure in these. It ain't like this some Roja or something else. I like it, bro. This is when I say I like perfume. This is kind of perfume. This is kind of perfumery I like. I'm over y'all bubble gum. Everything got to be a clone fragrance. I'm over that nonsense. I am over it, bro. You can't get me out the house with that bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm not saying I'm better. I'm not saying my taste is better. I'm saying I'm not remotely interested. I'm saying this is some serious perfumery. When you know how you want to get me excited? When you can make some, if you say I'm going to make a Perdomo cigar fragrance and I smell it and I smell a Perdomo Nicaraguan cigar, I expect it to be dry, spicy, a hint of spice, smooth. I expect certain nuances out of that fragrance that should harken back to a Perdomo cigar. If you do that, I'm going to elevate that fragrance higher. That's the reason why I purchased BG at one BG. I'm Roja's champagne at BG. That's one reason why I purchased it. It was not on my bingo card, but I budgeted for purchasing that anyway because I knew a new BG fragrance was coming out. I budgeted for that fragrance for me to spend that. That was a budget from January. I knew it was coming. I budgeted. Every year, I'm going to budget for a Bergdorf fragrance. Because every year comes out around November, December. When I smelt champagne at BG and it smelt like bubbling, sparkling champagne, it turned me on. I said I had to get it. When I smell stuff like this, this is not only perfumery and artistry, it's also wearable. Sometimes people can go into this artistry kind of thing and it's not that wearable. This is wearable. All right, I'm about to put Blanco on. Bro, oh my God. You got appreciate the samples, but the whole plastic piece in the spray completely came off, bro. What are we doing here? You got to get a little bit better joints. But I appreciate the samples, but yeah, whatever spray, that joint's trash. Respectfully. All right, let me clear out my nose. Ooh. Woo. So I don't know if I like it as much as Reposado. I like it, but there's something in this that's throwing me off on skin. It's almost like, give me a second. there's a nuance in the background that's it's nostalgic, but it's throwing me off. It smells like pool water. It smells a little like pool water, bro. Like like I've been in the pool and like I jumped. You ever had kids been in the pool all day? They come home like this is a certain smell that comes with it. It's kind of giving me pool water. Like I've been drinking by the pool, which isn't a bad thing. But I'm just like I don't know if it's not reposado to me. It's not bad, but it's giving me this like chlorine kind of fresh. Okay. Musk. Maybe some sandalwood. I feel like maybe he's using some real ambergris in here. It's almost slightly animalic. It almost giving me like the sea a little bit. Bright citruses, but I love when a fragrance is well blended because you can't pick out one thing. You only get accords. That's how I know like I'm getting when it's accords. It's cool. The novelty of it would make me want to have it. This is one I will have to like spray a couple times and wear it. But the problem is we're in wintertime. I need to spray this in the summertime and see how this wears when I step outside and it's humid and it's 90 degrees. That's how I will have to. I mean, it smells like tequila, but it smells like tequila in Vegas at the pool. You know what I'm saying? Like rooftop tequila. Like I can smell the pool water a little bit. I don't know. What's the notes, bro? What's the notes on that? I'm curious. You said Reposado, that one, Anejo, I need to revisit. This colder fragrance is definitely the most complex. Maybe I'll try those fragrances later. Another time. I mean, it's nice, but I'm mentally I'm in another space. And Reposado is so good that I need to revisit this in the summer because it's giving me summer vibes. It's giving me I will not reach for this unless it's summertime. Reposado, bro, hold on. Is cinnamon in this? Bro, is cinnamon in this? All right, hold on. All right, so which one? You're giving me, all right, so you, Reposado. Reposado was definitely better than the Simone Andrew you're absolutely right. Reposado was definitely better than that fragrance. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. All right, so cognac, neroli, apple, coconut, cashmere. What the hell is giving me cognac, old Vey, rose base? I don't. There's something in this is like I don't know. I don't know. He hiding notes in here. I'm thinking he using like ambergris in here. He's hiding notes in here. Or maybe it's just a synthetic molecule I haven't been exposed to that gives off this kind of thing that combines all these notes. You said, hold on, so we're talking Reposado. I know what he just listed is for Blanco. I'm going back to Reposado. That's my favorite. I'm on Reposado. And when I smell it, I smell cinnamon, bro. Reposado, bro. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Reposado just changed on me. It just changed on me. Sully, what's going on, fam? Hold on. Reposado. Yo, cinnamon is in Reposado. I don't care what nobody say. I'm getting cinnamon. You said it's Jones. You saying it's on their website? Because I'm definitely getting. Okay, cinnamon is in it. Yo, bro, Reposado is warm enough. It's very warm, which Reposado, generally speaking, is a little bit warmer than Blanco, when you're talking tequila anyway. But it's coming out woodiness, warm cinnamon. The cinnamon is really popping off my skin. Giving me like that. This fragrance is doing this so much his own thing. I don't want to really draw the comparison, but like those cinnamon, like angel share kind of fragrances, it doesn't smell like apple pie, but it's giving me that warm cinnamon, like Christmas holiday kind of vibe. I feel like I'm getting some like cinnamon and nutmeg, like these warm spices. So it started off very tropical, fruits, citrus, into now this warm woods, like, bro, I wouldn't be surprised it's tobacco or something is in here. Oh, okay. Reposado might be in my bingo card. I got to look at my budget again. And that's only because I can see myself wearing this in the wintertime. Reposado is clutch. Bergdorf at BG is a nice champagne fragrance. I'm probably taking Reposado over it. And with the price I paid for that, I probably could have bought 10 Reposados. And not because it's not good. It's because I don't know. It hits the mark on, I don't know. Both of them are great. I like boozy fragrances. So I'm kind of torn here. Okay. All right. Reposado, to me, on the two fragrances I smelled today, Reposado is the winner. Yeah, Blanca's good, but it's missing something. I don't know what it is, but I also think mentally I'm on my winter. You see the list of where I'm wearing. I'm like mentally there. I'm not mentally in summer mode. So I would have to revisit this in the spring, summer transition time. I think I'll like it better because there's this almost sea aldehydic thing going on that I think is going to smell good. Is it compliment getting? I don't know. Reposado is, bro. I feel like I'm at a Christmas party drinking Reposado. Like I'm at a Christmas party. I can see it. I can smell Christmas. You close your eyes. Imagine a Christmas party, people winding down. You have cookies, you have cakes, you have gingerbread. Like I can almost smell like this gingerbread kind of thing with it. Reposado, first impressions. 8. It teeters between 8.59 out of 10 for me because it's doing what it's supposed to do. Gotta get back to those freshies and head to winter fall. I don't know. I mean, I like Blanca. Blanco is settling down now, but I'm just mentally not there. It's a good fragrance, but right now I give it like a 7 out of 5. It's like average to me. It's like, all right, it's cool. It's cool. Depending on the price, I may or may not add it. Like if it's all boozy fragrances, then I would do like more of a boozy fragrance collection kind of thing. I'll say, okay, I need all of what he's doing with the booze, he or she, the company is doing with the boozy fragrances. Yeah, I don't, that Reposado is, bro, it smells like the holidays to me. This Reposado is so mouth-watering that I can't wait to get off live and I'm going to spark up a tequila. I'm going to spark up a cigar. I'm going to smoke a cigar right after I get off live. I just have to have one. it's giving me that vibe. It's like, yeah, good stuff, man. I don't want to continue to harp on it because, replay values, but Reposado is good, man. It's good. It's really, they did what they were supposed to do. Anytime a company does what they supposed to do, I am over everybody doing the same damn fragrance. I'm over, I need interesting, but wearable interesting. You can be too interesting where you're really not wearable. You're more like, I'm doing it for the art. Yeah, I don't care about that, bro. I wear my fragrances. I want to wear it. I want to go outside and wear it. I don't want to have to hide to wear it, to only wear it in my house. I have better things to do with my money, like buy shares of Nvidia, MU, Dale. Like, I would rather buy shares of that than to buy, something I am not going to wear out the house. I'm cool. Ooh. Okay. I got to figure it out. Oh no. Hold on. Which one's the Rejador? Because I'm gonna end it real quick. But which one? Because so these bottles right here, I'm assuming those all and I was probably right. Anejo is probably that. So you sent me in a Rejador. Oh, the Cure? Is that queer? What is this? Queertis? Did I say that right? Queertis? Or what is this? Ego anesthesia? Anesthesia? What anesthesia? Okay, a Rejador. I'm gonna be honest. No, that's what you describe. It's more art. Spray that. All right, no, it's what you describe is more art. Spray that personally. Yeah, it's queertis. Okay, if it's more art, I don't want to smell that shit when I'm smoking a cigar, bro. I'm on a vibe right now. Like, this Reposado is a vibe. Like, if it wasn't late on a Tuesday, I want to be somewhere where alcohol is being served. I can smoke a cigar. I can listen to some music. I have the lights dim, and I can get me some chicken wings or something. You know what I mean? A night, some food on the outside, and they have the outside fire thing to keep you warm. I'm on that. I'm vibing right now, bro. I am vibing. Thank you so much for the exposure. I'm vibing. I don't want to smell nothing. I'm like, oh my God, Joe, I'm going to bed and wear it. Nah, bro. I'm cool. I'll wear that another day. Thanks for warning me. Reposado was a vibe. Damn. One of the best things I smelled. One of the best things I experienced all year. One of many. I think Desert Rain is still the best. But it's up there. Damn. All right. I'm perplexed. All right. Anyway, we're gonna end that there because I think I'm going on 2 hours already, and that was an hour kind of vibing. Listen, man, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate y'all showing love. I know I haven't been on here consistently. The kids come first. I'm always gonna put my kids first. The internet, I'm outside touching grass. I don't take the internet serious. I'm in and I'm out. I don't do this for a living. I do it for fun or because I need to. I mean, because I want to. I do it because I'm inspired by something. And sometimes some of y'all hit me like, bro, we need you to come back and do a video, man. Like, the landscape is kind of dry. And then I'll be like, all right, bro, let me come back and, let me pencil some time to come back and give y'all some game. I need to reach back out to Buck on big Triple B so we can get that run that little back on a Friday. But we'll figure some things out. This was a good day. That was my top 15. woody fragrances that I've been wearing since I haven't been doing the video. Volleyball season is about to end, although my daughter is also trying out for club. So club is a different take, but we'll see what that club schedule, she makes the team. We'll see what that schedule look like. Yeah, we'll see what that looks like. But I'm going to try to get back to my Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tomorrow, I plan on doing the video tomorrow. I plan on it. No promises, but I plan on it. So have your alerts on. Tune in. Hit the like button on your way out. Appreciate y'all supporting the channel. With that being said, I'm going to leave y'all the way I greeted y'all. Y'all know I got nothing but love for y'all. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the fragrances. And I appreciate the support. I appreciate the chats. And let's keep it moving, man. It's a movement. We try and do something a little bit different. We can talk about some fragrances and we can have some real talk. With that being said, I'm going to leave y'all the way that I greeted y'all. And that's a universal language of peace. Y'all be safe. Have a good night. Get ready for work tomorrow. Deuces.